Quite sure.
This is the ultimate guide
To building a terrarium.
3, 2, 1. Ready? If you get one side, I get the other.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. And this one. Cool. Nice. And so this is the challenge now, is that because it's spherical, we get a lighting. Yeah, it gets a reflection, but it's fine, we just work with it. Cool. So yeah, we'll just basically, one hand, yeah, we'll just mix it, like both of us together. We'll have to go wash our hands after. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is fun. Probably need a bit more water. It's alright. Okay. I mean, that's the only shot we need, but we'll definitely get some more. That should be good to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah. So you want to pour it in from there.
Okay.
That's it. So just pour a little bit in. Okay, go again. Pour the whole way. Now, is it looking great?
Yeah, we can start staking.
We might add some more soil because the water tends to compact it.
Okay, I'll put some more in. Sometimes you can get sparks if you're lucky. Right, let's see if that fits in there.
Oh, look at that.
Thick. Yeah, so you see it's dead centre.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to use a bit more of it, because that now looks a bit too symmetrical. So you, literally just by twisting a little bit and leaning, you can really alter the whole dynamic. Yeah, so that looks better already.
Yeah, agreed. And it seems like such a simple thing to do, but it's actually
Very powerful.
yeah.
And just a little twist and a little lean.
But it takes practice to sort of get that eye.
Yeah, it does. Any kind of discipline, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. So now we just work our way down, like make sure there's another interesting stone that kind of matches, because if you look at this one, it's quite a dark finish.
Yeah, so it doesn't match, right?
It doesn't, but once it's wet, because it will be wet because of the misting and stuff, and it will get just like a natural coating of organics on it. After a while, it will all blend together.
Right.
So you could still use that. We just may look a little bit odd right at the beginning. So it's good to use the vertical element, but so actually you're not actually taking up too much surface area. So actually there's some more room for planting.
Got it.
So because this is like right leaning and it's quite dominant, we do a left leaning one now to balance it out, but it's smaller, so it's a little bit asymmetric, which is what we want. We don't want too much symmetry.
That's great.
And then, so obviously over to the left a bit, and then we can just, remember the sands on the lagoon thing we talked about?
The accents.
So we just need a third stone now that we've done. That's too big, that's going to take too much surface area.
They look great, or like that's like the arrangement's so nice. You've got that nice like line. So yeah, you've created that sort of nice line.
Yeah.
Have you heard much about literati bonsai style?
No, I think you mentioned that last time.
Yeah, I think you'd be that'd be right up your street.
Right, my strata.
Fact. Yeah, well, I'll show you afterwards. Pull it back in. That's so funny. Okay.
There we go.
That's great. Okay, I want to get like a hero shot of this. I always feel like it's a shame to put anything else in there.
It'll get better, hopefully.
Yeah.
Keep getting it better and better. And we'll do some nice detail woodwork in there as well.
Wait, if I hold that.
See the difference?
I always feel like putting a big plant in like spoils that beautiful like arrangement.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to sort of shrink a landscape down, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why you want the smaller textures if you can.
I mean, the other thing I can get are the little biophytes, the little tree things in there, but I don't know if like a nice sort of temperate landscape combined with little tropical palms would work.
Okay, yeah. You get plants competing with each other literally with chemical allopathy.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure about that, but I know, like in this big terrarium to your in front of you, that was sorry, this one on the table.
Oh, yeah.
That was planted with quite a few different plants, and eventually the ficus just outgrew everything.
Yeah. Because I guess they're all competing for like nutrients.
Exactly.
It's just whether they actually are producing something extra to defend themselves or be offensive.
I see. Yeah. Does that happen in aquariums then? I'm guessing it would.
There's different schools of thought. If it does happen, it's very limited because of the water changes and stuff, which would dilute any of those chemicals.
Got you.
It definitely happens with corals.
I see.
But they're not plants, obviously, they're animals.
Yeah, I actually want to start a coral tank.
Well, I'll put you in touch with saltwater people if you wish.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for sure. Like, obviously, I need to like. I think I don't want to bite off more than I can chew to start with.
Yeah, you do well with like soft corals, which are really easy, and they actually do well in higher nutrient levels. Whereas if you go for hard corals like the fancy SPS small stony polyp corals, they need like very, very specific nutrients, very low. Those are light, those are flow, really tricky. They always like want to die. You need to, in case of like stopping them from dying.
Oh my god!
It's really, I'm not a big fan.
What about seahorses?
Yeah, they're delicate and they need a specialist system. So they tend to only eat live foods and they tend to prefer very slow moving water. But they do really well in a prime macroalgae tank where they can wrap their tails around the tape grass and stuff like that.
No way.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a cool one to do.
That would be very cool.
Expensive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I seen this one before?
Probably. It's known as Oakley Fig.
No, the actual terrarium, you featured it in a few videos or TikToks or something?
Yeah, I put it on a few TikToks, but that was going back a very long time ago.
Okay. That's right.
Also, that's a very nice cutting there.
Yeah. Literally just lay it on there.
That's perfect. Yeah, just do it once more. Yeah, just sort of lay it so almost the leaves are facing up. Show me with it.
Literally going to wedge it between the stones.
Okay, beautiful. Let me just. Okay, so when you're ready, just take it out. Yeah.
Okay.
So what plant I really like is dwarf mondo grass. I don't know what is it, Ephia pogon or something?
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Prophagion, whatever it is.
That's a nice plant.
Yeah. A bit like an Aquarius.
Yeah, but it's like it grows well underwater and no.
No, it's more of a margin. It will survive underwater, but it won't really grow. And eventually, it will just kind of just stay stagnant.
Got it.
Like waiting to grow when the water's not there. If you know what I mean?
Interesting.
So the vast majority of aquarium plants don't actually like to be underwater. This is why they need CO2, a lot of them, because they think they're kind of fooled into thinking they're in the air a bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that just furthers my sort of like terrarium aquarium crossover.
Yeah. So you think about the Amazon during wet and dry season.
Yeah.
So the dry season's the longest season generally. The plants have an opportunity for all that CO2 and sunlight.
Yeah.
More sunlight, obviously, it's not being shaded or anything. More robust, it supports itself because it hasn't got the water to, and it can reproduce, like either flowering or just more likely to reproduce, or can only reproduce out of water.
Got you.
And then the flood seasons come. it really struggles. It's like I'm suffocating. So depending on the species, it will then adapt. It can either die right back and then grow in its adapted form, or it can gradually change.
Got you.
But it takes a lot of its energy to do that. And while it's doing that in an aquarium environment, that's when the algae is likely, because it's not growing, so it's not using any of those resources like the CO2, but algae can, right? So that's why it's really important to make sure you've got the right conditions for your plant, so good light, good CO2, good nutrients. Otherwise it's, because when you buy a plant generally it's in its out of water form, you put it in your tank,
and it doesn't seem very
and if it's if you've got a brand new plant in a brand new tank, it's like really likely to get algae. So this is the first hurdle that most people come across. A lot of people get algae and then they think they can't grow plants, and then they a lot of them will just quit because they've had a failure and they don't like failing.
So mitigating that, what would you do? So in terms of starting with
So start with easy plants, so plants that will adapt more easily.
Like the Helicarps?
That's medium category, so...
And is that really judged by sort of whether it needs CO2 or not?
Yeah, and lighting. So it's generally the amount of CO2 and light it needs.
Got it.
So that's how hard it is to grow. So if you have a red label, which is advanced, it will need more light and more CO2. If you've got green, which is easy, then it will adapt pretty easily. So Nubius, for instance, hardly makes any difference between underwater and out of water.
Yeah, Nubius grows. It's probably the easiest plant to grow.
Exactly. I love Nubius.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Especially the micro versions.
Yeah, like mini coins, one of my favourites. Also, I love moss. When you go to the moss tent at Tropica, they've got the tissue culture moss, but they've also got it in a tank. Oh my god, growing it, and I just want to
I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, it's super humid in there.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Look at that.
needs.
Yeah.
I feel now.
Yeah, sure. I'll send up a shot. What I want is a hero shot of it,
before the light. Oh, I'd say, yeah, you need to do that shot of it without the light on and then the light on. Would there be any other insects we could put in here?
You've got the springtails in there for you.
Anything big and funky?
I don't really have much.
No, not now. I mean, for future, when I look after it at home.
You can get some different isopods.
For bigger ones.
The only things with the bigger ones is, so bigger isopods tend to eat a lot.
Okay.
So 100% you can, but when you're making like an isopod terrarium, you basically, because this is quite big, we've added the leaf litter at the back. In an ideal world, we'll add maybe double that leaf litter. So essentially what's happened is we've created a damp area at the front with the moss, and then a drier area at the back.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're going to have loads of fish food. Once in a while, just sprinkle a tiny bit of fish food in there for them. And I'll also give you some cuttlefish bone. I don't know if you have calcium supplement or anything like that. So yeah, pop that in there for them. And you can just put
Is that for their ectoskeleton production?
And essentially that's...
I've also got the lime scale of the limestone pretty much, is that, they use that?
Is that lime?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it will, yeah, for sure, but I think...
Probably wouldn't,
it's not...
used to eat it.
No, and I think with the cuttlefish bone, it's very powdery and easy for them to eat.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I think just at the end, I think no talking, just a handshake. I think that's pretty solid.
Solid.
Ready?
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man. One more. I didn't quite get a good grip
It's a
there.
bit weird, man. It's a bit awkward. Cheers.
One more, wait there. Ready?
Nice. Solid.
Okay, cool. Right, let's see how this looks. We can always get another shot if needs to be. That looks really good though.
Yeah, I'm pleased. It's a quite an eclectic mix of styles, but I think it works. It's quite coherent.
Yeah, and also like terrariums, I think probably don't really follow many like rules in the same way Hardscaping does.
Yeah.
Having said that, there are sort of general things you would keep in mind. Right, let's edit.
Hey, where do you get on? This is your desk, I guess, isn't it? Yeah.
So, yeah.